Hello. Have you ever experienced a moment in your life when nothing felt completely clear, when your mind was searching for answers, but your emotions were louder than logic? Today we are exploring the moon, one of the most psychologically powerful cards in the tarot. The moon does not shout. It does not give direct instructions. It whispers. It creates atmosphere. It invites you into a space where certainty fades and intuition becomes stronger. This card often appears when something feels uncertain, when you sense that there is more beneath the surface, more than what is being said, more than what is being shown. The moon is not about external chaos. It is about inner movement. It represents those phases of life when the path is not fully illuminated, when you are walking forward, but cannot yet see where it leads. And that can feel unsettling, but it can also be transformative, because growth does not always happen in bright daylight. Sometimes it happens in the quiet, in the unknown, in the spaces where you must trust yourself without having full clarity. What does the moon card mean in tarot? The moon is the 18th card of the major arcana. It represents intuition, illusion, emotional depth, and the subconscious mind. This card often appears during times of uncertainty, when you are questioning your path, when you are sensing something is shifting, but you cannot yet define what it is. It may indicate confusion, mixed signals, unclear motivations, yours or someone else's. But uncertainty is not failure, and it is not weakness. It is often a sign that you are in transition. The moon reminds you that not every phase of life is meant to be fully understood immediately. Some lessons unfold slowly. Some truths reveal themselves in stages, like the moon itself, changing shape, moving through darkness, yet always present. The symbolism of the moon. In traditional tarot imagery, the moon shines over a quiet, almost surreal landscape. There is a path, but it is dimly lit, visible, yet uncertain. Two towers stand in the distance. They represent structure, safety, the familiar world, and between them lies the unknown. A dog and a wolf often appear beneath the moonlight. One is domesticated, the other is wild. Both respond to the same light, yet they react differently. This is important, because the moon reflects the tension between reason and instinct, between what you have learned and what you feel deep inside. And from the water, a small creature begins to rise, often depicted as a crayfish, emerging from the depths, from the subconscious, symbolizing emotions or memories that are surfacing into awareness. The moon is a deeply psychological card. It represents what is hidden, not necessarily deception, but unprocessed emotion, old fears, subtle anxieties, dreams that linger beneath the surface. It reminds you that not everything happening in your life is visible on the outside. Sometimes the real movement is internal, and that movement can feel confusing, because when you are walking at night, shadows look larger, sounds feel amplified, your imagination becomes active. But not every shadow is a threat. Sometimes it is simply a shadow. The moon invites discernment, patience, observation. Instead of reacting immediately, it asks you to watch carefully, to notice your emotional patterns, to question your assumptions, to distinguish between intuition and fear, because they can feel similar, but they are not the same. The moon phase in life is rarely comfortable, but it is deeply transformative. It is the moment when you begin to see what has been influencing you from within, and once you see it, you cannot unsee it. The moon upright and reversed upright position. When the moon appears upright, it often signals a period of uncertainty. not necessarily danger, but emotional complexity. You may not have all the facts. You may sense that something is shifting, but clarity has not yet arrived. This card asks you to slow down, to observe rather than react, to question your assumptions. Are you responding to reality or to fear? Are you trusting your intuition or avoiding an uncomfortable truth? The upright moon heightens sensitivity. You may feel more intuitive, more aware, but also more vulnerable. This is not the time for impulsive decisions. It is a time for reflection, for gathering information, for listening carefully to others and to yourself. Sometimes the wisest step forward is a small one. Reversed position. When the moon appears reversed, something begins to shift. The fog starts to lift. What felt confusing may slowly become clearer. Illusions dissolve. Hidden emotions surface. You may realize that your fear was larger than the situation itself, or that something you sensed intuitively was, in fact, true. The reversed moon does not always bring instant clarity, but it brings movement. It suggests that awareness is increasing, and awareness changes everything, because once you see the pattern, you can choose differently. How to work with the energy of the moon. If the moon appears in your reading, do not rush clarity. Uncertainty is uncomfortable, but it is also revealing. This card invites you to explore your inner landscape. Notice your emotional triggers. Notice recurring fears. Notice the stories you tell yourself. Ask, what am I afraid of losing? What am I afraid of discovering? What part of this situation feels unclear? And is that uncertainty external or internal? The moon teaches discernment. It reminds you that intuition and anxiety can feel similar, but they are not the same. Intuition feels quiet. Anxiety feels urgent. Learning to distinguish between the two is powerful and transformative. The moon is a card of inner awareness, of navigating uncertainty with patience, of trusting yourself even when the path is not fully illuminated. Not every phase of life is meant to be clear. Some phases are meant to deepen you, to sharpen your perception, to help you see beyond surface appearances. And when the light returns, as it always does, you will understand more than you did before. If this message resonated with you, subscribe and return for more reflections that help you move through life transitions with calm and clarity. And if you feel that you need personal guidance during a time of uncertainty, I invite you to an individual tarot reading. Tarot reader Andrew.